The first 60 minutes of your day determine the next 23 hours and 40 minutes. Marcus Aurelius knew this 2,000 years ago, and today I will show you exactly what he did every single morning that made him unshakable. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones, letting the chaos of the world flood their minds before they have even stood up. But what if I told you there is a better way? Stay with me until the end, because what I reveal in the final minutes will completely change how you approach every morning for the rest of your life. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius did not wake up to social media notifications or news alerts. He woke up to silence, and in that silence he prepared his mind for battle. Not a physical battle, but the daily war against impulses, distractions, and the tendency to react instead of respond. His first act was not reaching for anything external, but turning inward. He would spend the first minutes of each day writing in his journal, what we now call meditations. This was not diary writing about feelings. This was mental preparation. He would remind himself of what was in his control and what was not. He would visualize the challenges he might face that day and prepare his responses. Think about this for a moment. The most powerful man in the world at that time spent his mornings preparing his mind, not checking messages or rushing into action. He understood that how you start determines how you finish. The Stoics called this morning practice the discipline of desire. They knew that the first thoughts you allow into your mind set the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up in reactive mode, you will spend the entire day reacting. If you wake up in intentional mode, you will spend the day acting with purpose. Here is what modern neuroscience confirms about what Marcus Aurelius practiced. The first hour after waking is when your brain is most neuroplastic, most capable of forming new neural pathways. Whatever you focus on during this time literally reshapes your brain. If you focus on problems, you train your brain to see problems. If you focus on solutions and possibilities, you train your brain to find opportunities. The emperor had 5 specific elements to his morning routine that you can implement starting tomorrow. First, he practiced gratitude before his feet touched the ground. He would think of 3 things he was genuinely thankful for, not as positive thinking, but as perspective training. Gratitude is not happiness, it is clarity. It reminds you of what you already have while you work toward what you want. Second, he would set a clear intention for the day. Not a to-do list, but a single overarching purpose. He would ask himself what kind of man he wanted to be that day and what principles would guide his decisions. This gave him a North Star when difficult choices arose. Third, he practiced negative visualization, imagining potential obstacles or setbacks that might occur. This was not pessimism but preparation. When you mentally rehearse how you will handle difficulties, they no longer catch you off guard. You respond with wisdom instead of reacting with emotion. Fourth, he would remind himself of his mortality. This sounds dark, but it was actually liberating. Remembering that life is finite makes every day precious and every moment important. It eliminates the luxury of procrastination and the comfort of mediocrity. Finally, he would physically prepare his body through movement. Not intense exercise necessarily, but intentional movement to wake up his physical systems and align his body with his mental preparation. Have you ever noticed how differently you feel when you start your day with intention versus when you wake up in reactive mode? I want you to think about your current morning routine. Are you setting yourself up for success or just surviving until coffee kicks in? Share in the comments below what your first 30 minutes usually look like. I read every comment, and I am genuinely curious about your current patterns. The difference between people who achieve their goals and people who struggle is rarely talent or luck. It is almost always preparation and consistency. Winners prepare their minds before the world demands their attention. They create internal stability before facing external chaos. You cannot control what happens during your day, but you can absolutely control how prepared you are to handle whatever comes. Your morning routine is your daily reset button. It is your chance to remember who you are and who you want to become. Every morning you have the opportunity to choose strength over weakness, intention over reaction, purpose over drift. The ancient Stoics understood that freedom comes from self-discipline, and self-discipline begins the moment you wake up. Your first hour is your foundation for everything that follows. Build it strong, build it intentionally, and watch how it transforms not just your mornings, but your entire life. If this perspective on morning preparation resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because next week I will share the specific questions Marcus Aurelius asked himself each morning to maintain his mental strength. These questions have the power to revolutionize how you think about challenges and opportunities. Drop a fire emoji in the comments if you are ready to take control.